back, everybody. We are going to do a pod review on this plant right over here. We're getting ready to bring our plants in, but this one's got a pod that is ready on it. And the unfortunate thing about this plant is I knocked it over like 3 times, and I literally knocked all of the peppers off the plant, except this one. This one stayed on, and it's quite a beautiful pepper here. And so the name of this pepper is called GRIF something, or I don't have a tag to it anymore. It's GRIF, I think 1493. It's something like that. Correct name will be in the description and the title offhand. I don't know where the tag went on it, but we will we'll put the correct name down there in the title. So I just wanted to show it to you on a plant first. We'll pick this sucker off, and this plant, this variety of pepper takes an incredibly long time to ripen. I mean, this has pretty much been on here since oh, I don't know, maybe July. It started forming already in July, and we're already in mid-October. So here it is. In fact, I think I've even snapped the stem on this one a couple of times. Just take that one off. Yeah, you can see the stem on it. It's been snapped already a few times from dropping it, but it rehealed. And man, what a crazy plant. It's, I guess you would say this is in the like the poblano and the ancho families of peppers and whatnot like that. I guess you would say that, but yeah, that's it right there. And so we'll head back by the greenhouse because I got some more plants to bring up, and we'll do a pod review back there. Alright, I'm just kind of giving you a look at it. Different angles of the sun. The sun is really bright today. The last of the bright days. But yeah, let's turn you around and give that a go. Alright, welcome back, everybody. We're going to do a pod review today. It's going to be on this pepper right here, and here it is. This is the GRIF 9148. I think I checked the number, and that's what it is, 9148. And so that is the GRIF number that it goes by. I don't think it has any kind of a name to it. Probably locally in a country that it's normally grown, it probably does have a local name, but I can't find that name. And this is how I received the seeds for this, so it is called the GRIF 9148. And that's what it looks like. Trying to give you a good view of this thing. There's a good sun angle here. Okay, just kind of showing it to you. It's one of those kind of mulatto peppers, anchos, going into the poblano family of things, but this is a long one, obviously. Marisol, some people call them. That's kind of what this is. Now, generally, with these kind of peppers, they're usually dried out. You don't normally want to eat them fresh. But we do a pod for you anyway on a fresh version of it, just to give you an idea. And really to showcase the pepper, really. We're not really concerned too much about the flavor when it's fresh, because again, these kind of peppers you generally dry out. I don't believe that they're used fresh. So here it is. This is kind of a hard pepper too. This reminds me a lot of the puya pepper, and that pepper is a very stiff and firm pepper. That pepper is generally not grown to be eaten fresh. I would imagine this is the same thing, because this is very hard, and it feels like if you were to just leave this in the sun, it would dry right out. So that's probably the best way to eat this pepper. So without any further ado, let's give it a go. Wow, that's nice. If you can see on the inside of here, you can see how brown it is on the inside. So it's that typical brown mulatto type of color on the inside, that chocolate color. But man, this got an intensely sweet flavor. Let me take another bite. So let's go over the flavor first. Okay, first of all, it has a unique type of flavor. It's sweet. It's very sweet. It's not, this pepper is not sour or anything in any way. This thing is really sweet. You can easily eat these fresh. Skins, on the other hand, are a little on the tough side. Skins are a little tough. Like I said, this pepper is really a drying pepper. So what does it taste like? It kind of has like a coffee almost type flavor, slight coffee flavor, and it almost has possibly even maybe a chocolate type of a flavor, but very lightly. It tastes like pepper. I don't know any other way to put it. It kind of tastes like annuum pepper flavor, but it has these overtones of a slight coffee or a chocolate type flavor, very slightly. The sweetness is very strong in this particular pepper. It's definitely the sweetness kind of masks a lot of that coffee tones and stuff like that, but I can pick them up. But if it wasn't this sweet, you would probably taste them a little better. And I would imagine once you dry this out, you're really going to taste that flavor. It's a very interesting pepper. I'll take another bite up a little higher. Not many seeds in there. Again, you can see that chocolatey color on the inside. It's a very nice pepper. Okay, so as far as heat goes, there's no heat on this particular one. Now, with these type of peppers, you got to be really careful because you might be saying, "Oh, they're sweet peppers. I'm never going to get any heat on." With these type of peppers, a lot of times they will produce heat. A little bit of heat. Like poblanos are the same way. So you'll get like 3, 4 peppers, no heat at all on them, and all of a sudden you eat one day, and man, that thing's got some heat on it. Not a lot, but enough for you to be like, oh, well, I didn't expect that, you know. I don't really want that in my cooking. I didn't really want heat in this particular dish I'm making. So poblanos tend to be that way. A lot of these ancho type chilies tend to be that way. They're really sweet for the most part, but then you hit one of them and there's going to be a little heat. So it's really unpredictable as far as whether they're going to be sweet or have a little heat on them. This particular pepper, there's no heat on it. It's a pretty sweet pepper. And when I say sweet, I mean sweet. This thing's got like a sugary type of sweetness in it. It was really sweet. Skins, on the other hand, they were a little thick. They were thick on the skins, but they broke up nice. They chewed up with the rest of the pepper nicely. It wasn't really... I did have to spit a little bit of it out because I really got to, talk on camera. I got these little tiny little pieces that, you could swallow them eventually. It's just, I have to work them out, and it's just, you can't do that while you're shooting video. I have to get them out and get back to the video. So, yeah, it's a very thick-skinned pepper. And the color is very attractive. It's a very attractive chocolatey type brown. But what can you do with the pepper? Well, like I said, I mean, it's generally, this kind of a pepper would generally be used for drying, really. I mean, you're really not going to really want to eat a pepper like this fresh. I mean, you can, and it does taste good. But a pepper like this, you want to dry out. And believe me when I tell you, this type of pepper will dry out relatively pretty easy once you disconnect it from the plant. Like if I left that pepper on that plant, it'll stay on that plant for probably another 6 months like that. Won't rot, nothing will happen to it. In fact, that calyx, I'll show you. Because the puyas did this too. I left them on for a really long time. The stem and the calyx actually started to get a wood finish to it, like the rest of the plant. You know how the stem starts to get like wood or bark on it? The stem actually starts to get a wood stem on it, and the fruit doesn't rot or anything. It just sits there, and it'll sit there for months upon months like that, and they don't necessarily go bad. Now, is that good to do, bad to do? I don't know. It's just the type of pepper it is. They can just literally become part of the plant. It's not like a lot of pepper plants will produce fruit, and then the fruit is, I guess, designed, if you will, to detach from the plant at some point. That's how it is. With these particular kind of peppers, it almost seems like it becomes part of the fixture of the plant. It's like, it's a very strange thing. They'll stay on a plant for a very, very long period of time, maybe as long as 6 months. And this pepper here has been on there since July, and we're in mid-August now. And it just basically started turning brown a couple of weeks ago. So it's been brown, but not that long ago. It's just a few weeks ago. So it's been on there for a while. So it's a very long season variety is what I'm getting at. I generally winter these over, and then in the spring I bring them out and plant them outdoors so I can get the plant to grow to its fullest. I proof them first to make sure it is what it's supposed to be. when I get seed, because a lot of times you get seed, it may not be what it is that you order. So I don't want to waste my time, putting all this energy into soil and everything, and the plants, it's not even what I ordered. So it does happen. So what I do is I proof them the first year, and then I bring them out and grow them out full next year. So next year when I plant this out, if it lives through the winter, it will probably produce very well. I'll get a lot of peppers off it, at least a half dozen to a dozen. Now that you might be like, oh, that's not a lot of peppers for a plant. You're growing outdoors. It's been wintered over. You should put out like 100 rods. Not these type of plants. These plants don't. These varieties don't put out very many peppers per plant. Just so you know, a lot of people don't realize that. They think, oh, I'm growing a poblano. I should be getting like 30 poblanos off there. Not, even though the plant might get 5 feet tall, not really. Not unless it's in the perfect conditions, perfect sunlight, perfect shade, perfect amount of water, perfect soil. And then maybe you might get a large amount of peppers. But again, even poblanos, they can take months before they actually start to ripen. But most people harvest those types of peppers before they ripen. It's like the ancho. I think ancho is, once it's fully ripened, they call them marsols, and that's like the ripened version of the ancho. I think that's what it is, something like that. So the names change as they go from unripened to ripened, and then how you dry them and stuff. So they get different names. But this is a good pepper. I would definitely say, if you're somebody who's interested in Spanish cooking and Spanish cuisines, I'm sure that Central America, South America grow this pepper probably pretty commonly down there. And it's probably applied in many different dishes. But it's a good one to grow. And if you are a collector, this is definitely something you would want to look at least grow it one time to see if it's a plant that you might want to pursue in the future. So with that said, I guess that's really about it. Again, there's no heat on it, so I can't cover the heat. But that's really about it. What I'll do is I'll leave whatever information I got on the GRIF 9148 in the description below, and you can read about it there. I'll also leave a link in the description below where it'll take you over to the website where you can buy the seeds if you decide that you want to give this a go. So that's about it, guys. Let me just show you my t-shirt before I let you go. These are my hoodies. I'm going to be changing the design on these soon, so you won't be able to get this design anymore. But I do have hoodies and t-shirts available for you guys if you want to give them a try. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.